Hey everyone, welcome back to Invasion. So today, little bit of a recap for what happened last session. So the crew made their way out to the colony of Saijo. They decided to take the Republic up on the offer and go check out on the missing colony and see if they could figure out what happened to both the colony as well as General Vet's scout force that he sent out to investigate the missing colony. So the crew made their way out there, utilizing the new stealth drive. They were able to, let's say, acquire, probably more like extort from Zerka, but they were able to use that to make their way into the Saiho system. Once in system, they found kind of another area, a little bit in ruins. So they saw the space surrounding Saiho was littered with the debris of both kind of the Republic, the small, meager public defense force that was guarded to protect it. Also, the satellites and holocom relays they utilized to connect it with the wider galaxy. And then looking at the planet itself, it looks like it's gone through a pretty drastic transformation. You saw that most of the cities and kind of gathering places had been reduced to flames, just smoldering ruins and still open fires, just dotting it, kind of visible even from space as you guys arrived in. But it looked like one area seemed to be still somewhat intact, definitely beat up, battered, and torn down. But Saiho City, it's kind of capital city of the planet, seemed to be somewhat intact, especially compared to the rest of the planet and the ruins surrounding it. But after kind of getting that investigation, you guys moved a little bit closer, and you all came across what seemed to be an automated distress beacon. And you guys found Captain Kerr, the grizzled Rhodian captain of the Republic Scout Force on the other end, requesting help, pleading for any assistance, whether it be Republic, Dominion, or otherwise, from these unknown attackers who would besiege the planet and trapped his remaining forces and some refugees in the underground caverns. After getting that and getting the acknowledgement from Dash that Captain Ver is with the Republic. He's a member of the Fifth Fleet under General Vet's command, and he's a pretty stand-up guy. He's one that's pretty dedicated to the ideals of the Republic, and that not one that'd be usually used for kind of duplicitous acts. You guys decided to proceed forward and make your way to the closer to the planet. As you guys got a little closer, you saw that the planet was outside of just the distress and kind of the destruction around it. You saw it looked like they were using the very fertile soil of Saiho to begin growing ships for the Yuang invaders. So you saw many ships kind of in various stages of growth or build or kind of whatever you call it for them, darted around the farmlands of Saiho. And you also noticed you guys had a pretty good scan check that looks like there were some kind of defense turrets around anti-air turrets scattered around the planet to both prevent people getting in and prevent people getting out. Which is surprising because when you scanned the area, you didn't see any sign of the Yuzon Vong fleet or any aerial units about, but you did see these anti-air guns, which you were able to sneak past. But I think it was Dash or Caesar, I can't remember which, that was able to plot out the telemetry and see which of the three anti-air guns they would need to destroy once on planet to be able to get back off planet with the refugees. But once you all made your way there, hiding the ship in an abandoned shopping mall, the crew proceeded to where the signal came from and found the refugee base to be under attack by Chazrox and the Yuzon Vong forces. One of the interesting things you guys came across with the Yuzon Vong is they looked just like Carvas, the fighter you came across in the tunnels of the tunnels damn, I'm blanking. Avela, thank you. Blanking on my own name. Tunnels of Avela. You guys came across Carvas there. These warriors looked like him, but they looked to be like a little skinny, a little smaller, a little younger. They seem less tatted up, less kind of the ritual scarring, less breakage around their bones. And you saw them attacking the refugees of the camp. But luckily, you guys were able to jump in there and defeat all of the invading forces without losing a civilian. And at the end, you guys were able to kill the Yuzon Vong forces, but kept one alive. After much debate on what to actually do with them, you guys decided to just knock them out, which probably a good decision there. And that's kind of where we'll pick up at. So you guys are in the refugee camp, which is underground, kind of located in the what probably used to be their kind of subway lines. So you see, it's a pretty expansive open area. As you guys ran in through the gates, you saw that there was a good wire fence surrounding it. They looked to be pretty sturdy, but it looked like the Yuzon Vog had kind of broken their way through. You saw tents and tents of just kind of refugee camp like style. It's kind of got a dreary look, dust blowing everywhere. You see fires and just damage from what looked like the recent Yuzon Vong raid. You guys are kind of clustered around your prisoner, and you do start to hear kind of just a trotting, like a quick movement on the kind of the ground surface. And looking up, you see Captain Kerr. The Rhodian, he's wearing what looks to be kind of the Republic Scout uniform. So he's got some medium armor on, so kind of green and black camouflage style to it. It looks beat to hell. You see certain areas of it. There's punctures, broken bits of it. It looks like it's been through some. It's seen some action, we'll say. And flanking him are two other Republic soldiers in kind of similar scout gear, and they run up. And he kind of, you see the two flanking him stop a little bit behind him, and he kind of runs up and kind of assessing the situation, blaster rifle out. And he goes, "We guys on the radio? What's going on here? Report." And he looks over to Dash and he goes, "Hey, Dash, what are you doing out here?"
And so Dash will give him a kind of a big old smile and wave. And you'd be like, "Hey, we just figured we'd come help."
I'm not going to look a gift Ronto in the mouth. It's good to see you, buddy. You back with the Republic?
He goes, "Well, I'm working for the general. Since I'm obviously the best guy in the Republic, you know." And I look over at Caesar, and I say, "I got the second best with me here." And I said, and I look over and I say, "Hey, Commander, these are some good guys. I'm glad we could help them out."
You see him kind of like looking through and kind of really taking in the crew. You see Caesar, he kind of gives a curt nod to just like just a real, just expressionless nod over to Caesar. And then he looks through and goes, New crew is just kind of assortment of the galaxy. You got a Mando, Kamasi. Do you guys even fight?
I get hit a lot. I'm in the fight, you could say. So technically,
as I said, I'm not gonna look a gift Toronto in the mouth. It's good to see you all. Seriously, what the criff brings you guys here?
You say the general sent us.
Well, good for us. Now tell me, you didn't fly down here in a bathtub again, right?
Wasn't a bathtub. It was a table. And I said, "No, we got a ship." And I said, "But we're not going to get all the civilians on it, so we might have to arrange a different way off planet."
You kind of see him look and gives a nod. You two, secure the barrier. You all, you kind of season. You got one of the Vongs still living. Is he? Did you guys take him alive? Did he let you take him alive?
he didn't let us, but we did. He did. Who was it? Did we find something in his neck? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Like he has some sort of thing sticking out of his clavicle, neck, something. Anyway, he can probably kill himself. We were gonna do field surgery, but decided against it and just knocked him out, brought him here instead. So you probably do want to restrain him and like put a piece of foam or something here so he can't do that.
Or just rip it off of him.
Or that too. Yeah. You guys look like you've been beat to hell, so maybe you want to do that because it hurts more. I don't know.
Do you have somewhere
Not
to
going to
hold them?
judge.
You see him kind of nods and says, we got a makeshift area we can hold them. Come on, let's. I've got a few things I need to tell you. I can't tell you out here. Let's grab them up, and we'll go to the command center. The command center, and you see him kind of stalk off deeper into the camp, and you see in the center what looks to be just a larger tent, still kind of as makeshift and as ratty as the other refugee tents. But he kind of goes in and goes, "This is the tour de force of Saijo. This is where their public operations are. Isn't it glamorous, right? Glamorous."
I've seen
As
worse.
As we're walking, Geert will just kind of stretch. Like, yeah, it's pretty shitty, but you're alive. That's something. But as he's stretching, he's gonna surge the force through all his muscles and the aches and pains, and you seethe probably twice. Just I'll roll a hit die twice.
Perfect.
I need some help.
And the general that sent us, that was General Vac?
That was General Vat, yeah.
Zavet. So, and I'll say, yeah, no, General Vet really did send me. He said, I was like, yeah, I thought my career at the Republic was over, but I got called up, and he was looking for the best in the business, and so obviously he gave me a rank.
You see him kind of. That's right, Dash. You know what? I'm glad they brought you back. They didn't give you a fair shake after what happened out on Mustafar. You see, he kind of gives a look over to Caesar and goes, "Had to bring him with you, though."
Yeah, and so Dash doesn't pick up on like a lot of that, like the intentions behind those, and so he would just look over and he was like, "No, I'm glad the commander's with us. He's the smartest commander that I've ever had the pleasure to work for." And I said, "Yeah, he's really got us so far."
You see, he looks like he wants to say something, but Butcher, you came to our aid, so today, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he earned that nickname too, by the way.
Caesar's gonna step forth and real fast. Sorry for being late.
Oh, no worries.
My alarm.
Oh, you're good, man.
But he'll step forward, give a bit of a bow of respect, because from what Caesar knows, this man is actually very competent, and he's kind of showing that right now. And he'll say, I haven't practiced. He'll say, Misa, honored to work with you.
I'm happy you're here. That's what I'll say.
That's a blatant lie.
he's actually happy you're here. He needs guns. He needs fighters. He needs help. So, insight roll necessary. He's not keen to have you. He probably would have chosen much anybody else, but he's happy somebody with a gun that's competent there. But as you guys, he kind of brings you guys into the tent. He looks pretty intently and says, "Where'd you? Actually, don't tell me where. But is your ship safe? Is it in a good spot?"
It's safe.
Good. Them Criffers been shooting down everything. They've been breaking all the ships we had on planet. You see them kind of lean in real close. We do got one last ship left. We were able to grab one of the Republic cruisers that got down. We've hidden in an underground shipyard not too far from here. It's Criff to hell, real Kubar situation. But we got pit droids working on it around the clock. We're near. We're close. We're close to getting it operational. But keep your ship safe. But we've got a way out if we can get off this planet. But truth be told, I don't know how we're going to get past their air defenses. Tried to send one of my scouts out on one of his single man fighters. They brought him down too quick. We've got to take out their air, but we just don't have the men.
I said, Captain, look, I had some free time on our way down from orbit, and I swing my data pad around, and I'll pull it up real quick, and I'll show him all the triangulation and the math. And I said, "Look, we just take out these two, and you got a clear flight out of here."
You see him nod, says, and it looks right. Good voodoo, man. Good voodoo. I said, we don't have the resources, but unless you guys are volunteering.
But we saw, and we will also take any men you could spare, but as clearly as you can see, we are a bit a very exceptional bunch. We can get it done quite well.
And so Dash kind of grabs his chin, and he goes, "I'm kind of embarrassed to say this." And I kind of open my jacket, and I show all my grenades. I didn't bring anything big enough to blow those up, though.
You see him smile. He goes, "You still naming them?"
I start going on the list. Fred, Sally. This is a new one. Joe. He just joined yesterday.
Don't criff and change. Don't criff and change. You see, he kind of nods to one of the soldiers out there. He's like, "Go bring him the ordnance." Now, I was able to salvage a few pieces from our ship before it went up in flames. We've got some proton detonators that you can use if you think you guys can handle it, to get out there and destroy the anti-air defenses. But we're spread real thin. I've only got 10 soldiers left, and we're defending this whole camp. We got 100 lives under us, and these people, we got some of them that we kind of pressed into service or are working with us to help defend it, but they're not military. And whatever those bastards are out there, they push and they push, and most of the people are too scared to really fight with us.
You see Dash's his face just lights up like it's Christmas morning when you mention it, and he just starts rattling off. He's like, "Ooh, you got some class 5, 570, T1, and like torpedo heads."
Yeah, we got the ship is going down. We had to do a little bit of salvage run, but I'm not gonna let any explosives pass me by.
I knew I liked you. He's just like smiling, the biggest grin you've seen all week. And he says, "You got a remote detonator rigged up for those, or I can do it. I can do it. Give me a few minutes with them."
Oh yeah, we've got something worked up, but I'm sure you can do better. Give it a go.
He pulls out his marker and he's like, "Did you name him?"
He's like, "You know what? It passed me by. The honor's yours, Dash."
I got you.
While he's christening the explosives, do you mind? You got anything to patch up rock wounds? I know it sounds weird, but probably dealt with them long enough to get a few yourself, if you know what I mean.
Rocks?
Just a med pack or two. I'll be fine.
He kind of look at him and says, "Med packs are first to go. Right now," and you can kind of see him gesture around the camp. We're barely holding on. If we can't get off planet within the next day, we're gonna run out of food, water, and power. It's not gonna be good.
That's a bad situation. And Geared will lean in a little closer. You got any drugs though? Like anything? Like anything at all? I mean, like there's a government around here to arrest us. You know what I mean?
Says the Republic officer.
Besides you, of course.
Oh, I mean, who's gonna know? It's just us. We are kind of helping you.
Roll a persuasion check. See how he takes this.
And for full, like, I guess behind the curtain on gear, what'd you say, persuasion?
Persuasion, yeah.
He is totally full of it right now. Like he's trying to grift. That's all. He's almost healed up. I only used 1 C. So I actually maxed it out. So
he looks at you and he looks at Dash and he looks back at you. He goes, "Sorry, we're fresh out. Next time I'll bring a spread of blue milk for you too with your drugs if you come back again."
all right, deal. Don't tempt me with a good time. Just like, but all right, we'll be fine. We'll think of something. Don't worry. Just fake clutching his side, limping off to the side.
Caesar's gonna step forward real fast and say, "If you shall like, I can whip up the troops' morale, give a rousing speech. I have a feeling they're gonna listen to me and what I have to say."
You see, he kind of like he looks, kind of grimaces a little bit. Goes, morale is low. I was gonna ask you all before you left if you could help, just help out around the camp a little bit. Morale's low. We've got wounded all over the camp from that last attack. The bastards come every day trying to push into our territory. We've got the generators on the fritz. There's just a lot going on, and if you had the time, we would certainly appreciate any efforts you could have to help protect the camp and get everybody ready for the move. And even if that means the butcher giving a speech, I guess it is what it is. That's the will of the force, as they say, right?
Well, while he's giving that speech, I'm gonna take a look at your camp and see what I can do for defense. He's gonna like survey the perimeter. Like, I don't know what order of events you want to do with them, but that's what Vars's intention is, to see if there's anything that he can do to supplement whatever barricades they have up, et cetera, using his constructor's tools for proficiency. Would that make sense?
Definitely. So you, I don't know if you kind of mentioned that if your tools are visible, but Captain Curry would go, we could use, we could definitely use a hand with repairing our barricades. You see that fence that those bastards busted through? We electrify that sucker. It's burnt a couple of them up real nice. Dash, you'd love to see it. Not a good explosion, but a little pop. But we're low on juice. If you could kind of pop it back up, pop the fence back up, and get a little bit more juice running through it, it would help us protect a lot of lives as we get ready to move camp.
Okay.
On the juice side of that, would I be able to assist technology-wise?
Yeah, definitely. So you could try to see if you can mess with the generator if Vars wants to go through and pop up the fence.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
If that doesn't work,
Would,
oh, sorry.
that's all good.
I was going to say, if that didn't work, would Geert be able to use shock to maybe help out with that, or would that just do direct damage to the generator and screw it up?
Just unfortunately, that would just damage the generator.
I don't know. It was like, charging the battery or something, but
Okay.
all right.
So
We had a thought.
what should I throw down?
Perfect. Roll a constructor's kick. So what stat do you think for Vars that would kind of make your pitch for the stat you want to use?
Again, I think of Vars as more of a intuition kind of a guy, not necessarily well read, but just good amount of time working with his tools, understanding how things go up, what keeps them up. So I would say wisdom.
Perfect. Go for it.
Okay.
And then for Talus, make a tech check.
Tech check. All right.
Perfect. So you guys are working together, able to it takes Vars a little bit to kind of get there, and this wall and the kind of the materials you have to work with, they've been beat to hell. They've definitely seen some wear and tear, and it takes them a little while to get them kind of properly installed and kind of in place. But luckily, with working together with Talus on the other side, working with the generator, you guys are able to get the fence back up and get a little bit of electricity pumping through it to hopefully protect the camp from any more of the invaders trying to run through.
Before they kind of finalize and get that fence turned on, I think Dash would probably ask if they have extra ordnance that I might be able to rig into like a quick minefield outside of where he thinks that they're going to try to hit again.
Kerr goes, unfortunately, I don't have any mines left, but if you've got anything you want to spare, we'd be more than happy to have a little extra defense out there. My scouts usually can't range past the camp. They keep us pretty herded in here. So you only be messing with the invaders if you do.
Well,
He goes, So I start like kind of looking through my inventory, and let's see. Yeah, what if can I just use say like 2 frag grenades to rig up to explode his mines? Would that be possible?
Yeah, definitely. Give me a demolitionist check. We'll say
Okay.
DC 14.
All right.
And could I, just looking at Tinker's implements, which I got expertise in, would I be able to assist in the placement of these traps? I'm just looking at the investigation perception part of it where it says you are effective at identifying traps concealed by debris. So I'm guessing there's a bit of debris around here, and maybe I could provide some insight into where best to place them.
Definitely, but you're helping Vars right now, unfortunately. But luckily,
Oh.
luckily, Dash is able to get knocked out of the park. Explosives are his bag, and you are able to get some kind of makeshift mines dashed together. Perfect. Caesar, I think you wanted to give a speech. Geert, what are you doing as this all goes down?
I think Garrett would just kind of go up to the commander and be like, I gotta tell you, I feel a little, well, useless here. I'm a good pilot, but I can't do what these guys do. But I do, look around. I do have access to the Force, though. I'm not as strong as a Jedi Knight, but if you have use for those kinds of powers, maybe I could do something heavy lifting you can't otherwise do, or help with it. I don't really know what else to do, boss.
You see him lean in and go, are you a Padawan?
No. I'm not with the other guys either. I'm just didn't really like, well, one kicked me out and the other ones I didn't really like. They made me very uncomfortable. So can't do my own thing.
Freelancing, I can respect that. He leans in. We've got 2 things that a person of your talents may be able to help with.
Yeah.
I've served with a couple of Jedi. Do you have any talent in the healing arts? Medicine, kind of any good first aid skills?
Not really. I mean, I do this one thing, but it's really gross and it's like to myself. So it heals it pretty good, but it's, you know, those weird people that made me uncomfortable. It was something they taught me and it's really uncomfortable. But I think that's mostly reserved for myself. I guess maybe I can try, but you know, I've had to stitch a few things up here and there, but not my wheelhouse. But
That's it. Not your wheelhouse, not your wheelhouse. We do have wounded around the camp, in case any of you all do want to help with that. The other big thing, and this may be beneath the Jedi Master, Jedi Padawan, or just freelancer like yourself, but kids in the camp are a little bored. They've been not bored. They're bored, sad. They're not used to seeing carnage like this. We're trying to keep their spirits high to help the parents' spirits high. If you could find some way to entertain them, keep them happy, you do some force juggling. I don't know. I mean,
well, yeah. Actually, he'll just kind of find a few pieces of just junk floating around and just start trying to juggle them in the air. Like, yeah, I'll come up with something. Hey, like kids like seeing people get hurt in a funny way, right? I can make like funny sounds, or I do this one trick. Like, watch, pull my finger, and I'll get him through the commander. Trust me, it's hilarious.
You're a persuasion check.
Oh, I don't think I ever would have expected to roll a persuasion check to get somebody to pull my finger.
You see him look at you like incredulously at first, and he looks around like they go.
And then as he does it, I'm going to use sound trick to make like a little poof of wind out the back of the robe, like coming out, like like that. I can do that.
I think the kids will like that.
I can take a tumble too, do a little acrobatics in there. Kids love that stuff,
I said,
especially when it'll lighten the mood.
it'll help, 'cause especially if we can take down those air defenses so we can get moving, keeping the kids happy and focused. We'll make sure that they can get out, follow instructions quicker. So anything you can do to help that, hey, it's great by me.
All right. I found something I can do. He'll just run off and try to do that. Find some junk that looks safe so that it wouldn't fall down and drop on kids and hurt them.
Always a good goal.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, rounded edges and stuff like that.
Perfect. So what's your routine? What's Geert's routine?
Well, I mean, he's got like a combination of like wall run and sound trick. So he would make, do the pulling the finger trick, do kind of little magic-y stunts, making things, orbit around his head with the force, kind of things that would dazzle like 7-year-olds. But, a 12-year-old would be like, I know what you're doing, like that kind of, just silly little magic tricks and stuff like that for them. And then like a tumbling act, running up the walls and jumping off of them and being kind of goofy. Just he's at with people that are finally his emotional level, and so he's really just appealing to that spirited like kid part of him, the free spirit wanting to run around part,
letting loose over there,
letting loose and jumping around, falling down on the ground, tumbling, and just having a good time, making the kids get that gut laugh that kids always do when they're like about to die from laughing.
Perfect. Make a performance check.
All right, man. I really should have just gone full. Oh man, those rocks are really throwing up my rhythm.
It goes through, and some of the kids are laughing, but some of the other kids are going, this is not wizard at all. They're so lame. This is some of them like they some laughing, some enjoying it, but definitely a lot of them between some of the naysayers, which are very few. A lot of the other kids look to be kind of shell shocked, for lack of a better word. Like they've seen some trauma, and while the levity is nice, it's just really not breaking through them or kind of really uplifting their morale.
You're not impressed by that? Not by that? How about this? And I'll pull out the double saber and ignite it and just float it in the air and let it twirl.
And then there were 99 people in it.
Yeah, there were 99.
You see some of the kids do as they kind of check out the spinning saber. And what color? You're purple, right?
It's purple. Yeah.
Purple,
I don't know how the fiery thing goes now with the bright saber, but yeah.
With some trailing flames, we'll see.
Yeah, some sort of trailing, like what's that? Like an effusion or whatever that's called around the blade itself.
So you see that going on, and while that's going on, you see the children entertained. I think the butcher Caesar has a message for the adults.
So this speech is going to have 3 distinct parts, and it's going to start with casualties are to be expected. And
Good start.
Yeah, so he's going to be using intimidation, but not necessarily to scare everybody. More as to, at first, let them know. Like, the first part of the speech is him almost like applying his resume. He gives off some of the stories he's been through, some of the events he's been through, what he's done, just introducing himself, making sure they know who the Butcher of the Rim is. And that he's on their side. And going through that would be where the intimidation would probably be some of the most frightening, of just prattling off some of the borderline, if not actual, war crimes this man has committed. But the second part is far more dark. He goes over this enemy, what he knows about them, what they've done, but then he'd show off the Ampha stuff. He'd say that they could bleed. He'd say that their technology is not entirely foreign to them. He says that they can be understood, which means they can be defeated. And he'd go over the fact that they're warriors, that they have a sense of pride and honor, and don't fear death due to some religious nature of theirs. And that last part of the speech, that third part, would be him going one person at a time, the party, describing what they've done that he knows, and telling everyone that casualties are to be expected. So now is the time to be unexpected, to go against the grain, to show them that the Republic is a tough nut to crack, and we are not going to be brought down. And to try and get them on his kind of energy level of just we will not go easily.
Perfect. Make a persuasion or intimidation check, your choice.
Definitely intimidation. Well, persuasion could make sense. He's still Caesar. Oh no!
You list off your resume. You list off what the party can do. Some of the atrocities you've gone through, the ferociousness of the Yuzon Vogue. Honestly, you may have biffed the check, but you probably did too good of a job intimidating them. Like they look scared. Like they're like, how are we supposed to do this? The Vogue, they're terrifying. They nearly cut us down to shreds. Even the butcher's scared of them.
Caesar would probably narrow his eyes and kind of, slightly impassioned by the speech, yell out like, if you cannot rise above that fear, to stand against it, to be brave, then you are going to get trampled over. And there's nothing he can do to help that. But if you can face that, then you have a chance of living, your family, your children have a chance of living, and this can be saved.
Would Dash catch the end of the speech? Would he have already done the mines and come back in time?
You can hear the last bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, so as I'm coming back, I kind of hear this conversation, and I see these kind of all these adults kind of afraid, and I just casually say, you can stand to them, because if they get through you, then they get to them. And then I just point to the kids and I just keep walking.
You see Captain Kerr kind of like goes, hey, trust in the Republic, everybody. We will protect you. We will get you home. We will take care of this. Just trust in the Republic. You're safe. Go back to business. And he kind of quickly walks off and like looks at Dash like, what the crap, man? Perfect.
Let me re-roll that. Actually, I could make it 12 with my critical analysis.
Unfortunately, it still wouldn't help too much on that one. But as you guys finish with the mines, finish with the speeches and the performances with the kids, and finish building the fences, you do look around, and probably the only real major thing you see right directly at the camp that would kind of give you pause is you see just many people looking like they're suffering from wounds. Looks like some have been cut, some have been poisoned by the amphistaffs and the blades of the Vong. It looks like they've just kind of gone through a grinder. And you see some of Captain Kerr's troops trying to tend to these people, but it's definitely looks like an uphill battle with more wounded than they actually have time and supplies and people to deal with.
For those that are, well, I'll walk up to one of the troops that's trying to assist with some of them that are poisoned, and I'll just give my anti-tox kit over to them. assist with that. So that should as I give it to him, I just say this should help relieve some of the pain here, and I'll also I guess more in a kind of aesthetic way or description. I'll also give a trauma kit as well to assist. It's not going to heal anybody, but it'll bandage them up or provide some amount of relief. I don't have much to spend on the tech point side, considering what we're about to go and try and do. So,
Vars would have likely been with Talus, and he knows his way around, stitching needle. He's also got a trauma kit that he'd want to try to put to use on a few of these people. Try to lighten the load a little bit before we head out for that AA weapon. Try to use some of his expertise.
Perfect. Roll a medicine check. And we'll lower the DC a little bit with the materials that Talus has provided.
Oh, these rolls.
Don't say anything just yet, because I'm going to use Defiant, because I care.
All right.
No. Never mind. I used it last time. So womp womp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, are we gonna take a short rest? That's a good question.
Oh, Tegan's got that look. That means we can. We can.
But
you guys have time. You could certainly take a short rest.
All right, short rest it is.
You should take a fast short rest.
You guys could. So far, nobody's had good luck with the rolls for that. So more than welcome.
A regular short rest sounds perfectly fine.
Yeah, it seems like we're here for a little bit anyway.
You guys have a bit of time to catch your breath on that side.
I know that Vars already did the roll, but would it have made sense that he's using my trauma kit, right? Was it my trauma kit?
Well, I also have a trauma kit, so I would have been utilizing my own.
Okay. Would it have been possible? I know that it's already occurred, but for me to have assisted him in that endeavor?
So with this one, we kind of used you provided some of the materials to lower the DC. So not for this roll, but
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And just in that case, would I be able to just kind of walk around and oversee any sort of the any medical procedures that might be going on? Like maybe there's some field surgery going on, and I could assist with some of the biotech stuff that might be involved in that, or maybe so there's any of my tools that I'm currently wielding, which is all of them. So bioanalysis, biochemistry, or any sort of biotech needs in the camp.
Yeah, you're definitely able to go through and kind of help with some of the surgeries and other pieces on that side. It kind of assisted a little bit on that to help some people get through that may not be able to have made it through. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a mechanic behind this one, and you won't be able to assist on that side of it, but you're definitely able to assist on kind of a more of a story point in helping out the people.
All right.
All right. So as you guys are finishing up and taking kind of a little rest for yourselves to patch back up, you do see Captain Kerr kind of walk up to you guys, kind of lean in pretty close, and he goes, "All right, I'll keep this on the down low. Do any of you all know anything about ship repair?"
A bit.
I've blown up a lot of ships. I'm sure I could just reverse that. I'll just reverse engineer it. Yeah, I could do it.
Dash, I love you. I don't know if this will be you. I don't know if this. He looks over at Mars. He goes, seriously, the people here, they're good people. They're good people. I can't trust them to know that we have a ship. They're civvies. They'll squeal if somebody puts a little bit of pressure to them.
Or somebody gets desperate.
Yes, and then they're all criff and desperate. So I could give you the location of our ship. We're like 99% there. There's just the pit droids are struggling to get that last bit ready for the ship to be able to make its way off planet. Now, if you think you can get there without drawing any undue attention, bringing them right on our doorstep, more power to you. We'd love to see if you can fix it up and make sure we're 100% to launch, and that there's nothing holding us back.
Well, Captain, do you have any kind of like topography of the area, where they're holed up, where these AA guns are relative to our location? I mean, you know this city, this location much better than any of us. I feel like we're kind of a little blind here.
You see him kind of bring up a little hollow projector and goes, "I don't know where they're camped. They've kept us here. They could have wiped us out if they wanted to, but they've kept us here. They keep sending these little raiding parties. Like every so often, they send a raiding party, penetrate our defenses, get a little bit further in, kill a couple of us, and they pull back. I don't know what they're criffing doing, but they every time break our defenses. Me and my troopers try to fight them back, and sometimes we succeed in fighting them back, but other times they just blow through us. They go a little bit in, kill a few, and they retreat. Criffin weird.
Caesar gives him a look of just like, well, it isn't obvious, and he'll say, well, they are simply looking at the fence, seeing what you can do, giving an idea of what to expect from other Republic planets. If they can conquer you with ease, then it would make sense to do so, unless they were uncertain about the things you could pull, the tactics you can bring up. With each raiding party, they grow smarter, and our cookbook of tactics grows ever shorter.
Or there's another option. They want the slave labor. He's going to gesture in the directions of the civvies.
Caesar gives a very dark grimace, just like, this is also an option.
Yeah. It looks like they didn't leave a whole lot behind, so maybe they want these people to fill those holes. Either way, Dash, can you kind of overlay the location of their AA gun so we get a better understanding of where they are relative to us?
Yeah, so I'll pull up on my data pad, kind of a rough scan that we did. I assume I got a general idea of the city and where the guns are at, and I'll pull that up and try to pinpoint where we're at and maybe how far we are away from the two objectives.
Yeah, I mean, this way we can figure out the best plan of attack. Maybe we can get to the ship. Maybe we can destroy an AA gun on the way. It all depends on what's closest.
Definitely, you see as he kind of looks at the three kind of EA guns that are positioned around the city, kind of making that no-fly zone. You do see he pulls up, it kind of taps on the hollow projector, it displays a point. He goes, "This is kind of probably about 5 miles out from the kind of the left triangle on the left, kind of what would that be, the easternmost one. And you see about 5 miles from there is the underground hangar." And he goes, "Not too far away. You can hit both." Real big thing. I mean, seriously, this is our last ship on planet. They've wrecked everything else. If this goes up, the people are stuck here, and I can't leave them like that. So if you go, better make sure you're not followed.
Understood. Well, okay.
Is this something only you can handle, Vars? Or is this something everyone will need to go for?
Oh, I don't know what we're walking into. I could try to make my way to this ship, but I mean, again, we have to take out at least 2 AA guns to get the ship out of here, maybe 3, depending on where it is relative to those guns. Not to mention the Nova Kana. It's I think we need to figure out where to go first and go there in force and quickly.
Fair point.
Yeah. We probably will have to bring the ship to the civilians. I can't see the civilians making a multi-mile trip.
No, hell no. You're absolutely right. Ah, man.
And we have an idea of the force that they have, specifically the air power that they have in the region, the Vong.
So you don't know about their active air power. You've seen them growing ships, but you haven't seen kind of where they've stationed where or if they've stationed their active kind of patrol craft and fighter craft.
I want to point out something. Caesar still's got the look about him that he wants to capture one of the long ships and have that help in transport. He still got that look to him, like 99% of the way there. Yeah, there's going to be a complication by the time we get there. The force works like that. Just he's got that look about him, like already coming up with another plan.
Yeah. Do we know how close the ships that we had seen growing are from us?
Yeah, so those kind of positioned on the map. They're just there's one kind of little farm field not too far from the northernmost AA gap. So definitely hittable within a day if you tried to go there. Those ones still look they from the scans you guys saw from the Novacana, they did look they were still growing.
Okay, so
when this, let's call it pumpkin, that's a weird fruit you may have heard of. When it's ready, how were everybody going to get to the pumpkin in the first place if we weren't here?
We've got a route mapped out. Me and my soldiers that remain are going to play rear guard. One of us is going to go towards the ship, our pilot pile, and we're going to fight our way through. We're not going to let these Republic civilians suffer alone. So we're going to get them there. We die trying. We've got a route mapped out. We got our own. We got our plan through there, but we didn't want to put us in the air too long and have either the A guns or something worse come after us. We thought best to move through the tunnels, and unfortunately, it's war. There's acceptable losses, and you know how that goes.
Well, I don't. I try to stay out of wars, but I've seen people die, and it's horrible, and I definitely get where you're coming from. But here was my thought. This pilot, would it be possible for him to come with us to the pumpkin patch and maybe wait for it to be done getting ripe, and then he brings the pumpkin to you instead of having to make the trip when it's ready? And then that way, my thinking is this: if we go and attack these AA guns first, they'll realize what's going to be happening, and they'll be prepared for it with force knows what else. But if the pumpkin is ready to fly and makes its way the moment it sees those guns go down, I would hope that would increase our chances of actually doing this successfully. We'll catch them unawares. They won't have a chance to rally anything, or at least, maybe we'll only get a couple minutes at most, but I'd rather have them than not have them, because these guys, they throw rocks that are harder than I've ever seen rocks thrown before. I don't even want to know what else they have to throw and how hard that's going to hurt. You know what I mean?
You can see Dash. He is utterly confused. And he's like, pumpkins don't fly. I've seen one once. Just completely lost on this conversation.
It's the ship, Dash. It's a metaphor for the ship to not concern the civilians with the details.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to have pumpkin at the ship. That's right.
It is a strange day when I am the least weird person in the group. And I've got some weird stuff about me. Geert will just be like, anyway, but yeah, that's just a thought. I don't know. Maybe your pilot is tied up with other things, but it was just a thought I had. Might actually make this a little easier to do.
Or,
yeah.
I mean, how far along is the ship before it's operational, or what's missing?
He goes, we're about 90% there. We're just struggling with a few pieces. Right now, the engine and the hyperdrive are giving us a little bit of grief. My tech team says they could have it somewhat operational, but they're pit droids. They'll say pretty much anything. So if you guys can crimp it up, make sure we're 100%. No hyperdrive or engine failures. We'll be good to get into space. I understand if you can't make it there, but I know this would make me feel a little bit more at ease of the situation.
Yeah.
So is this
So
a
why don't-
morale issue with your pit droids?
The pit droids. I mean, they can fix stuff, but I always prefer humanoid repair crews.
Yeah, I just mean if you need somebody to yell at them, I mean I have a translator that goes to binary. It's easy enough. They understand a few things.
Wow.
Very difficult to not understand this.
The universal language.
If you want to yell at the droids, more
We could
power.
try it when we're there, I guess. But
Captain, would it make sense to move your people now?
Unfortunately, it wouldn't. I can't let the Vong find out about this ship before we're ready to go. If 100 people, 100 civilians who aren't trained to move without being noticed, we're going to kick up a cloud of dust and pretty much put a big marker saying, come blow my ship up if we move them all right now. If you guys think the play is to move the pilot over, I'll have him come with you guys. But I can't move the civvies until it's time to go.
Well, are any of your civvies mechanically inclined?
It kind of looks through. Fortunately, not. These are mostly just city dwellers and people that've never really served a day in their life.
Crap. All right.
So we go fix the ship, and then maybe we go to the AA guns. When we blow the AA guns, you can use that to move.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a...
And then we make our way back to the Nova Kana while they're trying to figure out what to do about the ship that just took off. We ride on their coattails and...
Mhm. Or we find a Vong ship along the way. Who knows?
Can the Nova Kana can't take off on its own, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I imagine our friend Talus here isn't eager to leave Jarvis and everything else that comes with it.
Yeah.
Jarvis can operate the weapons
Yeah, but
without any
speaking
assistance.
of Jarvis, is there a way that we could somehow get him to go over this Republic ship? Maybe inspect it? I don't know if that's a thing. I've heard of it being possible, but I don't know if Jarvis is able to. Somehow hook it up to the diagnostics or wire with the pit droids or whatever droids do.
Probably could look it over, but unfortunately, he does not have much mechanical leaning, so it wouldn't be better than Vahara's taking or whoever else has a mechanics kit or a good kind of a ship bearing to take a look at it.
all right. Well,
Yeah, I wouldn't trust the comms at this point. So, I mean, there's nothing that leads me to believe that the comms are, compromised, but that would be unfortunate if Jarvis trying to communicate with this ship gave away both the ship's positions.
Fair point. Fair point.
and then it's let's live on Saijo forever, guys. Well, with all that in mind, Vars is going to say, well, I guess we should make our way towards the cruiser. Anybody disagree?
Cease is going to quickly draw up a plan in front of everyone. That's basically split the party, to sum it up. To take out the AA guns 2 at the same time. Then one half goes to the Nova Kana, and the other half tries to capture a Vong ship.
You just described 3 halves. I don't.
Wait, what?
There's
Yeah, there's 3 tasks with two groups.
yeah. I'm not following. You said half. That's there's,
Talus is like,
that one's on me. The 2 groups, they take care of the AA guns. One of them goes to the Nova Kana, the other one goes to capture a Vong ship.
Splitting the party is never a good idea.
But as a character, it's always a fun idea.
We'll definitely have to split it if we want to take that ship and actually do something functional with it.
Yeah.
Someone's got to take it back, or we got to find some way to hook it up with cables.
I think getting the Vong ship is an objective, as you military folks might say it. But I don't think that it should be a priority over the lives of these folks and making sure that they get out of here and we get out of here alive. So if we have to leave the ship, I think it's a secondary or even further down the list than any of the other issues that we've got going on here right now.
Se usa a man of science,
Because the Vong are going to be here for a minute, I expect. So there will be plenty of opportunities in the future to grab a ship.
I
just don't want to see any. I like all of you, and I don't want to see any of you disappear attempting to get one of these ships. The money's not worth it. If you need money, we can just go ask my boss again.
Caesar's gonna narrow his eyes just a little bit.
Less intoxicated this
time. Real fast, am I coming out?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, he's gonna narrow his eyes a bit, not really out of annoyance, but more so like just thought, and look to Talus. Just you are a man of science, of ingenuity.
Yep.
You understand the effect that a ship could have in war. Yes, capturing an enemy ship to understand their technology, or in this case, biology. This can change the lives of untold millions. In war, it is an unfortunate thing that things can turn into a number game, and between the short-term satisfaction and safety of civilians and the long-term safety and security of the galaxy, I am more keen on protecting the galaxy as a whole.
It doesn't. I hear you, and what I would say is, I agree, and collateral concerns are, of course, always part of the equation. But I've already got an entire fleet, as it were, of refugees that we sacrificed at Vela before this. That's on my conscience. So I don't know how that affects you, but personally, if I can save people this time around, I'd rather do that.
Bars is going to hear this back and forth and say, I think there's a way to make this work for everybody. We get the cruiser going. The Vong doesn't know that we're here. I mean, not really. Our ship's hidden away nicely. If we get that cruiser up and going, we can then possibly hijack one of theirs, get back to our ship. I don't know how we pilot those things, but figure it out or die, if we're trying to whatever. We can make a rock fly, right?
I like being honest.
Vars, you're onto something there. Right? So the only thing we have going for us is you're right. They don't know we're here. And when the civilian ship leaves, they definitely won't think we're here. Mm-hmm. We can stay on planet as long as we need. And I say, and I don't know how to blow up a Vong ship. And it would be nice to know how to blow up a Vong ship. I mean, of course, you could just get a bigger bomb. But there's only so many bombs.
But you never want to waste too much bomb. I see where your head's at.
So you're trying to actually find the smallest amount of explosive that does the most efficient explosion to blow up any size of Vong ship. Is that basically it?
Spread it out.
Well,
no. I mean, might as well get sciencey about it if we're going to do it. Could sell a theory here, boys.
Most ships and most technology, if not all, has a critical element or a critical piece to it that, if disabled, will cause some sort of chain reaction potentially, or amplify something such as an explosion, such as if you put an explosion on the engines of a ship, it's going to have
Could be
a
the
greater
same thing.
reaction. Secondary explosions, I would imagine. I'm not the demolitionist here.
Yeah, but I
They're
mean,
living too, right?
Vars is gonna point at the amphistaff on on Caesar's arm and be like, "Yeah, but they have snake swords, so we don't know where we're walking into."
Oh yeah, it might require some sort of physical interaction to activate the ship, based on at least point at him and say, I mean, to use their weaponry, it requires an actual physical action. So I will say I am as intrigued and desire to see, their ships as much as you guys are, but not at the risk of your lives. So if
Well,
we can help it, I'd rather keep you guys alive.
Let's
I
get the
appreciate
cities
that.
off the planet.
Credits
Yeah.
don't spend themselves when you're dead, so. But
so
they're all alive, right? Isn't this stuff all alive? Everything we found is alive.
Yep.
What if we coughed on it? Like, can you get it sick?
Can you get
War of the
sick?
Worlds
Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, if we can't win the damn war, maybe or the battle, maybe we poison the planets they go to and we give them some sort of flu. They have to shut down their whole society and not
Slide the
Talus is
Republic.
taking notes now. Talus is like, wow, that is not half bad.
biological weaponry, you say?
I get pretty diabolical when I'm let loose. Just,
Chemical.
there's no laws out here right now, and I am just having the best time.
Gears went all off
Biochemical
red.
warfare.
Well,
Respect.
does anybody disagree with what I've said? I'm not. We're all very vast. We're all very different people. We've all got different mindsets. I don't speak for all of us. Does anybody disagree with what I've put forth?
No, I mean, the way that I understand it is, we try to complete everything. We try to do it all, and
If we see the opportunity for taking the ship, I mean, we might as well
Exactly.
capitalize on that, right?
Yeah.
yes.
And so just
Caesar?
kind of out of character real quick, just so I kind of understand, basically you're saying get the civvies off planet, then we'll figure the rest out.
Use that as a distraction. That's my mentality. Yeah, like, oh damn it, the Republic has a ship, and then they focus on that, and then it's like, all right, great, now we can do whatever the hell we want without any fear of collateral damage.
Yep. Dash should be on board with that.
All right, Caesar.
He gives a. Tell us when words are failing me. He agrees and gives a nod that is most. I'm not going to be able to finish that
Yeah,
sentence.
tip
It's
of
going
the
to take me
tongue.
4 minutes. I've already given myself a
It's
headache
okay.
trying to finish.
It
He
happens.
nods in some sort of agreement, then something like that. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Varg is gonna wonder aloud, saying, "Why am I playing mediator? Whatever."
I don't know, but you're pretty good at it. You're doing a fine job.
Well, thank you.
I've been told often that I need counseling, but
I
Trust me, from one person who needs counseling to another, you definitely need some counseling.
we should go together.
You see Dash mumbling him to himself, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna stay on planet longer. I didn't bring enough explosives for that." And he looks over at the mines that he planted, and he's like, "Maybe I should go get those." No, he just wanders away.
Varg will see that. Is that like an external dialogue that Dash is having with himself?
Yes, you guys would know Dash talks to himself all the time.
Okay, so
You're not really sure when he's talking to you, to be honest.
So hearing that, Vars is going to look at his last grenade, and he's more of a shooty guy than a boomy guy. He's going to be like, "You probably do better with this than I would." Here, and he'll give you a frag grenade.
So he would take it, and then he would open his belt up. Let me count real quick. And you would see a string of 7 grenades, and he'd be like, "Oh, thanks." And he takes out his pen and he like writes a name on it real quick. You can't really see, and he tucks it into his belt. So now he's got another one.
Vars is gonna just the hell with it. So what'd you name that one?
He's like blinks, and he's like, that one. Oh. Yeah, we called that one Bonnie.
Okay, we will call that one Bonnie.
He's like, I asked. We took a vote.
Oh, yeah. Well, hooray for democracy. Vars is slowly adjusting to his new squad. Okay.
Voices in my head have all democratically elected a government, and like this is a good group.
Caesar's very happy that people are treating Dash well between the Republic lad and the crew acknowledging the names. He looks very happy for Dash.
Well, I guess we should see what the city of Saijo has waiting for us.
Perfect. And actually, I added a couple points of inspiration, so you guys are at 4 to 5 inspiration. Love the RP there, guys.
Nice.
Sweet. So you all set out from the makeshift camp, kind of leaving the electrified gates that surround the remaining citizens of Saiho and their Republic guards. Make me a stealth check as you guys kind of maneuver through. This is going to be a group stealth check. So you guys need 3 of 5.
All right.
Real fast, right before we get out of there, he'll drop another fast speech. Less of a speech, more of a quick, arousing pep talk.
Oof, who is left?
Nice.
So you guys, whoever's left needs to pass. Whoever's left.
I'm sorry.
Fail.
Oof.
Maybe one of
we do have a inspiration.
I have a +5. I could re-roll, and theoretically,
you probably have the better chance.
Let me try it one more time.
Try it.
If I crit fail again, then at least we're getting these out of the way before this next encounter, which is going to be terrible.
Or we're just working up towards that feat.
Ooh, baby.
There we go.
Hey, all right.
All right, so everybody has 6 temporary hit points.
Hell, ooh.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. So you all maneuver through the ruins of Saiho, kind of going underground for as long as you can, but eventually popping up into kind of the surface air for a moment. And you guys have the Republic pilot with you as well. He's just sticking real close to you guys. And you guys maneuver through and just see battered concrete, just ruins of what used to be kind of gleaming skyscrapers, just overturned hover cars. Just looks like the city has just seen better days. Just ruins and smoke, this desecration all throughout. But eventually, you guys are able to make your way through the city and reach the underground bay, kind of having to pop up for a moment, but then making your way back underground to this little shipyard. And you see it's a pretty small, it's probably what you guess was either a smuggler's shipping post or somebody that just really didn't want to be noticed. It's built pretty flush into the ground with a retractable door above the top that could open up to let even a pretty hefty ship go through. It's just a little on the outskirts of the city. But you guys are able to make your way through there, and you do find this little scrappy crew of Pitroids just all around the ship, just fussing and kind of tinkering and sparks flying as they try to rebuild or kind of repair this Republic cruiser. You see this is a Republic cruiser, and it sees some kind of gleaming outlines of what used to be a top-of-the-line cruiser model that's seen far better days. There are scorch marks. There are sections that look like they're from completely different ships. It looks like it's gone through hell and back, but the Pitroids seem to be doing a job of at least getting it somewhat operational as you guys arrive with the Republic pilot.
What's Republic pilot's reaction as we get there?
And as the whole time you guys are going through, he's been he kind of pistol clutched, trying to just really try to avoid notice. Definitely see him white knuckling the pistol a little bit, but you do see a little bit of a smile come as he does see that cruiser there, and he goes, "A bit of hope, a bit of hope."
Let's work
Sure
on getting your
is.
people out of here. Looking over the ship at a distance, does Var see from his experienced eyes? Does he notice anything that makes him go, "Oh man, there's no"? Does he see anything that the pit droids are doing wrong? Anywhere where they're specifically lacking? Anything like that?
Definitely make a tech check.
Like technology?
Technology. Mhm.
Okie dokie.
You take a look through, and you definitely see, especially with Captain Kerr kind of giving you a little bit of information where there seems like the engine and the hyperdrive seem to be the issue. Uh, the pit droids, they're not doing anything wrong per se, but you could definitely tell that they're not fully kind of mending the issue that is going on with the hyperdrive. That it's right now it's a little bit of a volatile state. If it's not patched up, it may work, it may not work, it may leave them stranded in space, or it may jump them into hyperspace. It's more of a kind of a guessing game with what kind of the repairs that have been done so far to it.
Okay. Well, I guess with that, Vars will look it up and down and say, "Griffin droids," and stroll on over, start going through his pack to pick out the appropriate implements and see what he can do to help.
Perfect. Make a mechanics kit check.
Okay.
Hold up. Caesar's gonna give him critical analysis because Caesar's just he's with Lars on the droid side of things. Kind of
Okay.
just pinches his brow at them.
Okay. To add your what's your intelligence modifier?
In this case, it's wisdom because of this discovery I got, so it's 4.
Ooh.
Mhm.
All
I
right.
think you can do it after the fact too.
Oh, nat 20. Nice.
Can we fix it?
Yeah, so Barge, I'll just you're easily able to fix the issue with the hyperdrive and repair. How does Barge kind of just step in and just take it over?
He's gonna go over to it and just say, "Are you kidding me?" And then he's realizing that all of the errors, all the issues, are just because the pit droids aren't tall enough. Who would have thought? Like they can't get on each other's shoulders, and he just starts, just exactly wherever it needs to be, and he's just in shock at how easy this was. This could have been a hell of a lot worse. And he's gonna, as he's walking away from like the workstations and stuff like that, he's gonna talk to the pilot and say, "I think she's ready to go."
You see, you've got to give a nod. And just thank you. I'll get her prepped, send the signal, and I'll get her airborne. I don't usually believe in all this, but hey, may the force be with you guys.
You too.
He kind of see a little uncomfortable. Do Mandos have a phrase they say to each other? That's what we usually say as a republic. I don't know. Yeah, don't get shot.
Don't get captured.
Don't die.
Never give up, never surrender.
Should have seen
Oh,
the other guy.
Mandalore!
As he walks towards the bridge or cockpit, whatever the size of the ship is, I'd like to go with him. And as he's gonna, I guess, is he getting it started? Is he kind of just?
He's not starting it. He's kind of he's settling in, making sure everything's operational, but definitely doesn't want to draw any attention to the.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Is there any way to passively check the astrogation so that maybe I could preemptively get a flight path and everything set up for them to get back to Bespin immediately, so they can just take off and go?
It's not that they can take off and go. You could try to see if you can improve their Navi computer, though. See if you can kind of give them a little bit of a boost on that side. But with the kind of the way of the orbit and everything moves in space, it's one that you have to kind of do right in the moment versus prepping earlier in the day.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely try to do that.
Perfect. Make a tech check or a slicer's check.
Well, I've only got one of those.
But would I see him doing this?
Oh, sure.
Like, you messing around with that computer there? I think I can help you out a little bit. Pull out the
All right.
slicer's kit. I know my way around a few things. Gotta get through those electronic locks somehow, you know?
So you're assisting me?
I think so, yeah. That would probably be the easiest.
Okay. That's better.
I'll point over your shoulder. Like, block your light when
No,
you're
this
trying
would have
to
been so much
solder and,
easier if I just used the slicer's kit, but I guess your hands are fine. I've got this. I've got this. All right, that should do it.
Perfect. So yeah, you're able to kind of enhance the Navi computer to hopefully make those checks a bit easier as they get into the orbit and try to make their way away from Saijo. Perfect. Anything else you guys want to do while still at the Republic ship?
So I'll just tell the pilot. I say, don't worry about sending the signal. You'll know when we hit the turrets.
He kind of looks, goes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll keep an eye out. And what was Dash's rank before he got discharged? I forgot what you said it was.
He was just a corporal. He wasn't an officer.
Yes, sir, Corporal. We'll keep an eye out.
How new does this pilot look? Does he look green, or is he a bit more? How long does he look like he's been?
He doesn't look green. He's on the younger side. Probably guess early 20s. So somebody that's been probably serving for a little bit of time, especially to be in a recon unit like this. But he's definitely not like a been around the bush for too long or a veteran for so long.
Well, Caesar already likes him because he recognizes Dash as good and is not making fun of him. So he's going to give the guy a pat on the back, and if possible, with a bit of persuasion, rate his spirits even higher. And if it fails, it's an easy flavoring of, oh no, this ex-Dominion man is talking to me. What do I do?
Sure, roll a persuasion check.
just like why is genocide Clyde here?
Yeah, he looked pretty hopeful when Dash mentioned that they'd be able to see the explosions and let him know what's going on. And as you come through, he kind of shrinks back a little bit. He just goes, yeah.
You also have a bright future.
Yes, sir. And he kind of gives like a real shaky salute, and then like goes into the cockpit and starts busying himself, like clearly trying to look busy.
Does the pilot that came with us have a weapon?
He has a pistol, yeah.
Okay. All right.
The pit droids, what are they doing? Are they still repairing?
Yeah, they're still
Like little things?
the hyperdrive's fixed, but they're still kind of fixing up a few other things just to make sure it's going to completely
Minor.
ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ground level things.
Could have stolen them and put some grenades on them and sent them out as little, like... Send one out and have the Vaughn go after it and have it catch it and it blows up.
Embrace the Vong. Boom.
Caesar would actually go over a story where he basically there was a Womfrat infestation in a Republic base that he had had his troops surrounding, and he had heard that for some reason they had gotten a chemical compound into these Womfrats. So whenever they got shooken up too much, they explode. So he sent in a single Gazak into the base and then watch the mayhem from there. That's just kind of the story he's done and been through.
Rats, you
diabolical.
say? Yeah.
We should try it on them. I mean, really. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit sadistic, but given how these guys are, I kind of want to. Is it wrong that I want to perform experiments on them and just kind of see what they're like?
The rats or the Vong?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Why choose? Why?
Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, if they're both trying to kill me, yeah.
I've got no love for the Vong, so yeah, sure, let's get creative.
I mean, we don't really know too much about them, do we? I mean, there's all sorts of stuff we got to figure out. Do they
Where
breed
was this
like we do?
when we were about to do some testing on our prisoner?
Well, I mean, this is theater of the mind. We're talking about this. We're not actively trying to do it in the moment. I mean, so you can go a little crazier when you're just discussing things. When you're actually doing them, it's a little more fucked up, and you got to kind of think about it just a little bit.
Oh,
I mean, it is
Lisa
still pretty screwed up,
understand.
but it's hypothetical situations can be discussed. As long as you don't actually do it, nothing's happened.
Lisa
But at
have
the moment
more
you do it,
bark than your bite. Lisa understand.
I mean,
So-
we both had a lightsaber at the ready to chop up that prisoner. So
yeah, I mean, we were both ready to do it, but I mean, it was still gruesome. It's still
So
bad.
as this
It's not-
conversation's going on, Dash is like looking up and like following something that like up on the ceiling. And like he just like casually just looks down and like not even aware of what's going on. And he's like, "Hey Caesar, were those womp rats pink by chance? Or the
Oh, yeah,
infected ones that blew up?" And then he looks at the pilot. He yells in at the pilot and he goes, "Just FYI, don't shake the ship too much when you take off." And then he's like, "I'm sorry, what were you guys saying about chopping up a Vong?"
Sir, what? What?
He says, "There may be a womp rat infestation, and they may blow up. I don't know. Just saying. Anyone else see what I'm seeing? No?"
I,
Kind of walks away.
I wish I was seeing what you were saying. I don't.
Oh,
I got bad eyesight though. I'm getting a little old. So
Did this guy hear the story about the exploding womp rats?
He was trying to keep busy until you guys had talked to him again, so he did not hear that story. But he was doing his best just to wait for you guys to leave. But he brought him back in. He looks panicked now. And he goes, "It looks. Womp rat? Do you guys see a womp rat? There's no womp rats.
no, don't worry about it. Just you do your thing. You're fine. We'll take care of it.
They
got
may
it.
not be there, or they may actually be there.
I'm just trying.
He just gives like a real shaky salute, like, "Yes, sir. They may be there. They may not be there. And we may all blow up. I guess."
You'll be fine. Trust the Force.
Caesar's gonna look to his amphistaff, who's affectionately named Brutus, and look to him and quickly ask him, "Do you see the womp rats?" Just like looking at him. Just adding on to the chaos. Just the whole situation.
Well, sirs, I'm gonna be in the cockpit. I gotta get prepared. I feel like you guys could blow up those.
Yeah,
bombs.
we'll let you go.
Yeah. Okay. Just don't. So he looks to Varus. Yeah. Don't die. And stop seeing womp rats. And he kind of gives a shaky salute and goes right back into the cockpit. Trying like even harder to look busy. Like he's typing on a keyboard that's not even on right now. Really furious.
All right, we should go before we give that guy a fucking aneurysm.
so Dash, about that health benefits in the Republic. Do they give you any?
Oh yeah, I had great health care.
Oh,
Now I
beautiful.
may have there's a possibility. The doctor told me a possibility. He said maybe that I could have suffered some type of temporary brain damage. He's and he said I only needed maybe a day, and then I could go right back to work.
That is very temporary.
Grade A military healthcare.
Ibuprofen, elevation, and best.
Yeah.
That
He
sounds
said if
about
the
right.
800 milligram pill didn't do it, just take 2.
I hate how accurate that is. Anyway,
Yep.
well,
Got a headache? Ibuprofen. Broke your leg? Ibuprofen. Missing a finger?
Mhm.
Ibuprofen.
and keep it up.
Are you guys being treated by doctors?
Oh, wait.
I've seen guys in back alleys who sell spice that
Yes.
know more about medicine than the person you're talking to.
Jesus.
Mhm.
This is something Miss Planter reforming in the Republic once I get high enough for me.
I mean, you guys should. This sounds incredibly wrong. I'm a criminal. I have better health care than you. This is an injustice. I pay no taxes. I pay no taxes ever. I steal your taxes, and I still have better health care than you. It's ridiculous. Really, you guys have some problems. You are screwed up, big time.
Well,
But, anyway, shall we?
yeah, that's
We're gonna be here a while.
All right. As you guys leave the just kind of the underground shipyard that they've been utilizing to repair their Republic cruiser, make me a stealth check.
Oh no.
Why?
Oh, this is ugly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Huh. Do we
Should
have?
I use a? Oh no.
I can defiant. Are we even close? No. I don't
No.
think we are. No.
I could just imagine Vars being super quiet, and behind him, a conversation about healthcare rages on.
Yes, the Dominion use would get sent to. It's actually part of the reason, other from the torture, that I got into that.
It started as a workplace skill, and then it became a passion.
No, that's exactly what he gets at.
Yeah, pulling out teeth made me wonder what keeps them in.
Ooh. All right. That'll come back to play later. We're going to take a quick break, though, guys. So it's 8:13. We'll come back at 8:20 and see kind of what more goes on with this invasion of Saijo and discussion of healthcare benefits.
We're gonna discuss prescription plans next.
All right, welcome back, everyone. For anyone that's just joined us, you've seen the crew help out some of the refugees of Saijo, have a vigorous debate about Republic healthcare, as well as repair the Republic cruiser and make it ready for launch. So now they are working to try to hopefully stealthily make their way towards the anti-air guns of the Yuzon Vong and take them down. Before we get into that, one thing I did want to mention for anyone who wants to join us next week, and actually I realized for players I put this in the wrong date in my Discord because I did math wrong. But next week, check out the players still works for them. We're going to be running the Escape from Ada, the Ruins of Ada, using the Karn RPG. Initially, I had it scheduled in my Discord of the 24th, but the 24th would be an invasion week. Now that I can properly do math. So hopefully we'll have a full crew for that next week. Try out a new RPG that's supposed to be pretty quick and easy to pick up and learn. So we'll check that out. Also, the game of the month for this month is the Coyote and Crow RPG. So we'll be May 31st. That's a Tuesday, May 31st. Come join us. We'll be running their adventure they've got in the book. So they're kind of one shot that they pre-made for that, and checking out the new system. So come join us. We'll be raffling off another book for that too. So lucky winner could get a free PDF as well. So come hang out with us then and drop a follow if you haven't. Man, let's get back into it. So the crew had a pretty rough stealth roll as you guys kind of maneuver through the ruins of Saijo City. Fortunately, though, you haven't seen any patrols after you. Haven't seen anybody stop you. You're able to kind of make your way through maneuvers, kind of thinking that you're not leaving a trail and nobody's come after you. You haven't seen any patrols or any flight paths above you. It's been pretty eerily clear as you guys are making your way towards the first anti-air gun. And as you guys kind of get closer to it, how are you all approaching the anti-air gun? What's the plan for taking on that first one?
Real fast though, we can realize that our stealth is a bit subpar right now with this discussion going on, right? With the health discussion still over.
Are you guys really discussing it? Okay.
I was kidding, but if that's what you want to like flavor it, party on.
Yelling about copays being too high, and that's what keeps the stealth from being low.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I just tell Zerka I got a paper cut, and they just give me 1,000 credits. Like they're like, "Shut up, doctor. DG, just do your work."
Yeah, so he would probably be a bit more like aware of the situation, kind of looking through this every once in a while to see if he's staring off to someplace. It would be possible for him to roll a perception to kind of make sure that we're not being followed.
Oh, sure.
Right. Oof. Have I used my critical analysis yet?
Mm-hmm.
When we were at the ship?
Yep.
I don't think
Oh
you
no,
used it
I
on
mean
yourself.
for herself.
Oh, for self?
I don't think so.
All right, so I'm gonna burn that there, so that's gonna be a 17.
Yeah, taking a look around you, you don't see anybody following the crew. You kind of see the ruins of Saiho around you, and it looks just kind of eerily quiet, but nobody's following the crew. You can't see any signs of a tell or any tells of somebody that kind of trailing the crew, looking to ambush you. It just seems deserted, a city that used to be bustling, kind of left in ruins.
He's not at ease, but he's definitely engaging into the conversation.
Yeah. So as we get closer, maybe I'd motion to Vars. I pull out my micro binoculars or and hand them to Vars and say, "Hey, maybe we want to go take a look. I'll join you if you want to try to see if you can scout out the what the defenses look like."
All right. Let's I guess let's work our way towards it. And we will do that as quietly and efficiently as possible.
Perfect. Is the whole crew going?
Do we know how close all these emplacements are?
So they
Like,
are
we're going
kind
after two of them, right?
of
Or three?
three of them. So they are spread out. So kind of like a little triangle formation. They're about 6 miles in between each of them that you need to hit.
So roughly, do we know how long it would take us to actually get to each one of them, assuming we aren't stopped at each stop?
Yeah, so basically between kind of maneuvering quietly and kind of going through the ruins, you're pretty sure that you could get to each of them at a regular, kind of if you're moving at a regular pace, about an hour between each of them.
Okay. So Garrett, just going over that in his head, and he'll chime in with, well, if it's a matter of getting it placed and then just detonating it from far enough away from safety, If we get close enough, I could probably try to do that all on my own. One person going in a lot stealthier will be probably a lot more likely to get away with it, especially since I have some tricks up my sleeve to make me a little unseen.
Well,
Just a thought.
no, it's not a bad one. It's just we don't know if these things are automated, manned, or how they even work.
Well, if they're
Right?
alive, I mean, is it possible? Like, you know how you take, like, you've seen an act dog before, right? Or some sort of puppy or kitty type creature people keep as pets. Isn't there a way to say, like, good boy, bad dog, or something? Get it to get it to
To, like,
heed, to
to-
heal. You know, maybe we're thinking about this all wrong. I mean, I want to blow them up, but maybe there is something a little easier to do this. You know,
It'd be really nice if we could just point this gun at the other guns and blow them up from here.
feed it a Nerf steak, get it to just go to sleep instead. But that is true. I don't know if we can actually get them to move, because if we can get these guns trained on aircraft that's not ours, like say the crap they've got growing out in their garden over there,
Well,
get
I-
get two Rishis stoned at once, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry, we talk like that on the Outer Rim. It's probably inappropriate.
You're fine. I think I get your meaning.
Okay, yeah. Just a thought, but well, I mean, look at him. He's. I'll point to the butcher. Like Caesar's clearly
Currently scritching underneath Brutus's chin.
somehow it's possible. I mean, maybe they just, I don't know. Maybe they like him more. Maybe he'll talk to them.
Well, it's worth a shot, but again, let's see what's going on with this gun. We'll make a call from there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's get closer and see. But I'm up for going in, quiet, quick. Like I can do it.
Not
Would I have an?
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, not to downplay your abilities here, but you haven't had the best luck with the Vong yet, and you seem like
That's
a nice
when they
enough guy.
see me, though.
Ah.
When they see me, it's bad. But when they don't see me, we don't know.
That's fair.
So-
However, I'd rather you not find that out when you're out on your own, surrounded by who knows how many of them.
So would I.
Yeah, you're not bad company for what it's worth.
Thank you. I mean, I try to be, but you know, I don't mind you not thinking I'm bad company.
Besides, I could probably learn more about your lightsaber techniques, but that's for another time. You guys want to? The rest of you want to make our way towards this AA emplacement, see what we can see.
Yeah.
What
Would
were you
I
gonna
have
say,
an
Mitch?
idea?
Oh.
Yeah, would I have an idea? So I have the explosives, the ordnance that I was given. Would I have an idea of what it would take to blow up one of these gun placements? Is it as simple as stick it on the side and run away real fast, or would I have to hit something critical? Would I guess that I have to put it inside the structure?
So definitely, wouldn't be able to stick it. You probably have to kind of replace it. Not like time consumingly, but it's definitely going to take like, probably about 2 rounds or so, about 12 seconds. You need to kind of place it in a good spot to really maximize the damage, because these are good proton kind of detonators, but they still need to kind of be placed in a good spot to make sure they're getting the most bang for the buck.
But I can just put it on the outside of the building and.
Yeah, you can place it on the outside of the building, but you
Okay.
want to make sure you place it in kind of a good strategic spot there.
Okay.
Okay.
So I would relay that to Geert and just let him know it's gonna take either a lot of luck or a little bit of skill in rigging this up in a way that's gonna cause enough damage to disable it.
All right.
And just from our cursory glances that we got from the scans, are these automated guns or are they manned? Can we tell? That's
From the scans, you guys couldn't tell, but if you guys are proceeding closer, we could definitely see kind of what's going on there.
Okay, I want to know more. I'm curious.
All right, so this is another round of stealth checks. I'll give you the DC ahead of time too. DC 14.
All right.
Group. Yeah. Group. All right. Vars is keeping it professional. Oh,
Hey, there we
yeah.
go.
Ooh, hell yeah. And I think Caesar had to step away for a second.
Perfect. Well, the group seceded. So you guys maneuver through the ruins, and you do see this just giant. It looks to be kind of like the size, probably about 20 feet tall and just about 30 feet around. You see this large, just kind of weapons emplacement. You kind of gather this weapon placements from your scans, but it looks to be almost like a large volcano-ish type object. And you see it kind of just kind of occasionally open its mouth and it's like belching out a little bit of sulfur as it kind of continuously maneuvers, it kind of moves its snout around the sky as if it's like searching for something. But around it, you don't really see much defenses. You see kind of a group of the Chazrak, the lizards that you've come across before on patrol, but they have not noticed you yet. You see them kind of maneuvering through. There's about 5 of them all together in 2 groups of 2, or 2 groups of 2 and 1 group of 1, kind of patrolling through the area, kind of maneuvering and occasionally looking through, waiting for, or kind of just like keeping an eye out on anything that may be approaching. But so far, you guys have not been noticed.
Well,
Set up an ambush or try to avoid them.
Oh, definitely an ambush. But let's find something heavy. I can use the force and just drop it right on top of them. They will never see it coming. Combine that with like an explosive or 2, probably take most of them out the first chance we get.
I just like lift up my chain gun. I say, or just shoot them.
Well, that too.
we can do all of these things.
All of these all at once. If we do it really quickly, we can get into this one, plant those explosives. And do we actually know if they can be done remotely? Does that take time to set up, or is that a...
Oh, no, Dash already set it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know mechanically how that worked. Okay, yeah.
What's the distance on that, though? I don't...
Oh, so with that set up and the kind of the ordinance they provided with you, you could definitely do it with, as long as you're within 20 miles, you can definitely just explode it or trigger it.
Bars is gonna load up his fragmentation missile on his wrist launcher, just in case. Just
I've got one of those too. That sounds like such a good idea.
just like ambush, just all right, get them all there. Thunk, thunk.
Mhm.
I do want to see if I can find, like you said, there's wreckage, right? I just want to find like I guess something that would qualify as medium for the purposes of that, for push pull. Something I could actually pick up with it and use as an object.
Definitely. So there's rocks, there's metal beams kind of scattered around that would be about person size that you could lift up if you so choose.
So they'd have to be within 5 feet for that to actually work, or I have to be able to move it 5 feet to get onto them. So as long as that works.
Well,
Is the patrol pretty like static? Do we have an idea of where they're going to be next? Like,
Make a perception check. Yeah. Perception or insight, your choice.
All right. Neither of those is a good option. Let's just go for it. Guys, they're walking in a circle.
Good to know.
And a circle is round.
Caesar's gonna try and check it out too.
Taking a look, you guys do see that they there's a pattern. So kind of the two groups that are kind of paired together will maneuver around probably about every 30 seconds or so, sweeping through the ruins and kind of making sure that nothing's approaching it. It was kind of interval with the variables kind of going through. So every 30 seconds they transition, arriving back at the same spot. The one though, he kind of the one that's on his own. He seems to be sticking pretty close to the anti-air emplacement. He kind of maneuvers through, kind of walking back and forth within a 15-foot perimeter, but he doesn't really go far from it.
Yeah, so Caesar will relay the timings to everyone, as well as the lad sticking next to the.
Is there any time when they're all pretty close to each other?
There's definitely time when two of them are close to the guy. That, one of the squads are close to the guy that's on his own.
Like 5 feet close?
If you time it right, you can probably get them within 5 feet.
So,
I like where you're going with this.
yeah. I guess anybody with any sort of explosive from a distance, you want to just lay into them when they get together and then take it from there.
How far away are we?
So right now you guys are about 200 feet away, so you guys have some distance away from it.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, Garrett will tap his wrist launcher. Like, I too have something for them. I bought it just for them because they have their rocks. I've got my missiles. But if this would be a better option and help, I'm willing to do that too.
Well, we're gonna have to get a little bit closer.
Yeah. How close can we get without kind of exposing ourselves and without cover?
So there's kind of cover scattered throughout, but within about 40 feet, though, it's cleared out. There's bits and pieces of rubble, but definitely more line of sight. So things you could use to maybe kind of duck behind to stop a blaster bolt, but things that are not really going to hide you from their sight, if that makes sense.
I can throw a grenade 40 feet, I think, give or take.
All right. Well, so I guess, yeah, game plan. We doing this?
Should I use explosives or the force?
Yes.
Yes.
Whatever you want.
Well, I'm gonna have to get pretty close for the force. Well, maybe not. I think I could probably work it up that I could get close-ish. Probably, I could be with Dash. I could probably use the force at least out that far. I was never one for the big, heady mind trip powers that take, do stuff out in space, but within like 20 feet, 30 feet of me, no problem.
I mean, you could lead with the missile launcher and then swap over to that,
But have you ever dropped something on someone when they don't know it's there? For some reason, they scream louder. And I don't know what it is. It just sounds funnier. I don't know. Maybe it's the Force. Maybe I've spent too much time in the wrong parts of this galaxy. Probably a little bit of both. But I almost feel like that coming down would be a bit of a shock. Maybe demoralizing. Not that anything really seems to demoralize these things.
Maybe it'll be a boost for you. You got to appreciate the little things. Even if it's Chazrock screams. I don't know. You told me.
Actually, I'm feeling I like you guys. Let's go the missiles. We're all throwing explosives at them. Let's have a party.
Right. Talus, thoughts?
Let's do this.
Okay. I appreciate the weary enthusiasm.
I'm just trying to get on your guys' level.
All right.
All right. So you guys are looking to engage. Roll another stealth check as you guys get closer.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Challenging fate.
All right. So 7, a 22, a 9, a 22. Who's last?
I rolled a 15.
Oh, I saw the 15. Oh, So luckily, you guys are able to approach unnoticed. You're able to get within that 40 feet of the first group, kind of keeping everything low key. Let me throw you on the map.
So if we're all throwing explosives, Caesar would look to Dash with the look of, I got nothing.
No, you don't have nothing. They gave you weapons. They screwed up when they invaded this planet. They put their weapons all around, and he'll pick up a rock off the ground. And he'll give
You know what?
it to
Caesar
Caesar.
will
Like,
too.
you know what to do with this, don't you? You've seen what these can do.
I shall do what Misa does best. The unexpected. See, he's like tossing a rock in his hand.
That's all we can ask.
All right, that move you guys ready? Yeah, so you guys will be coming in from this far end. So you see, you come across at a time where there's two squads are passing the guy that's near the emplacement, and there's another squad on the left side. You guys have snuck up, so you do have the element of surprise. So let me throw the initiative in.
Are we going to do tactical?
Are you guys doing tactical?
Well, especially if we're doing surprise, it might be a better
I mean, I just have more fun with tactical.
lining things up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
Hell
For
yeah.
everybody
We
else.
all just go on the same round. It's beautiful. Just the firing line.
Not have disadvantage. Oh, did not matter.
So where were we? We were down here.
Damn, I'm wasting all my nat 20s. I'm wasting all my
He's just like, oh yeah, you guys are gonna still thin, right? No.
So were we over here? This area?
So you guys are kind of coming from like the bottom over there.
Okay, so not quite here.
Oh, yeah, I put my guy there because that's within 40 feet.
All right, so far the lowest is 18 for initiative. That's actually pretty good.
Oh, right. Sorry,
Yeah,
I gotta
nice.
roll that. Initiative.
Oh, but they all rolled 22, so.
Yep. Keegan, you've crit 3 times.
I did quit a third time. Wow, I'm wasting all of my crits. That's not one now.
Okay, 11's not bad.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't change much in the order.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what's the
11
lowest?
was
Is
our
11?
lowest.
All right, 11. Yep.
Oh, I think I didn't click my token when I did that, so it didn't put it on the token. I'll just re-roll it so I can put the number in.
Perfect.
There we go.
All right. So you guys come through. Geert, you are up. Or the crew is up with the 11 initiatives, I should say.
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing?
Does anyone need a grenade?
Caesar will
That
hold up
got
his hand.
All right, so I'll unclip Bonnie that Vars gave me and say, here you go.
Which group are we throwing it at? The group of 3?
Yeah.
Or all of them?
Yeah, this group.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just go first if that's all right, unless someone has something they want to do beforehand.
I mean, I'm gonna have to run out.
What? Yeah, I
within
forgot what the
30
range
feet.
is on that.
Up, you have to be within 30 to not have disadvantage.
Oh, with the missile. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think so. Yeah, grenades are 30 plus my strength, which puts me at exactly 40 actually. So I will.
Talus is gonna go last.
All right. So yeah, so I'll throw one of my charges right in the middle of all three of them, and that's got a 5-foot radius, so it will hit all three. And I'll just go ahead and roll that. So it's a dex save, 13, and 10 kinetic damage. If they pass, they take half.
All right.
Ooh.
So one up top fails. The two on the left and right succeed.
All right. Well, let's see. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Yeah, let's do that. And throw out a missile. Let's see where it gets us. I'm gonna defiant that because I really want that to hit.
All right, which one are you shooting at?
The top one. Top
All right.
one. So spend that. All right. So that's
that makes a hit.
okay. So syntax error. Yes. Okay, cool. So that's what is it? 1d6 with the kinetic damage?
I think so.
Yeah. And so that's 4 to the guy on top, and then I think it's 1d10 versus DC of 15.
You're using the
Oh,
fragment.
sorry, DC of 14. Yeah, the fragmentation missile.
Okay.
I think that's. Yeah, DC 14.
Perfect. Yeah, so you guys see Dash's explosion go off with another rocket follow right through it. Let's see, guy on the left, guy on the right, guy up top. Sweet. So two of them failed it.
Awesome.
See another explosion ring out. Guy up top is looking pretty rough. He is looking bloodied, battered as these go off. The other two are looking definitely feeling it, but they look to be still in fighting shape as these explosions just rocket off around them.
All right.
So I can actually use my bonus action, just throw another grenade at him. So I'll just go ahead and do that.
Oh, but you're not done yet. Caesar can use his bonus action to give a commander strike, meaning you can throw another one.
This is true. All right, so let me. So I'll just throw this a regular frag grenade here. So that'll be terrible damage on that roll.
That's rough.
They all fail.
Yeah.
And then do I have a commander strike to throw another one?
Absolutely. I've already marked out the superiority die.
Nice. And so that'll be another charge. And so that's terrible dice again.
Yeah, so just explosions after explosions. Up top guy, left guy, right guy. All right. Finish up. How does the up top guy die from that last explosion?
So as he's like kind of getting rocked around or whatever, he goes to take cover and he's laying on the ground and it just literally lands in front of his face.
You hear kind of just a muted squeal as that grenade explodes, just ripping the poor Chazrak apart, sending bits of it kind of floating through the air.
Caesar's gonna rock up, throw a grenade right here.
All right. What grenade you throwing?
He was under the fragmentation grenade, right?
Yeah, so that's a 2d10.
You got it. DC is at a fix. 14.
14. Yep.
All
Nice.
right, they will both pass. But they're looking hurt. They are bloodied, battered. Has just explosion after explosion after explosion ring out across the air. Just fire and booming sound echoing as you guys just blow up the Chazrax repeatedly.
You know, oh, my camera's still off. You know, this probably isn't all that stealthy.
Yeah, we were just stealthing up to it. Once we're here, the party starts.
Like maybe the explosion that's going to come after.
It's like a surprise party. It's not quiet the whole time. It's just until the
Till it
surprise.
You know what? I like it.
Is it just me and Talus that haven't gone?
I think so.
Okay. Do you want to go last? Talus?
Yes.
Okay. So seeing that everybody else has gone up, Garrett's going to run up. I think that's 5, 15, 20, 25. I think that was enough. Yeah, that's not going to matter anymore. Guy in the back's dead. And he's just going to pull his arm up, level it out, and fire off at the leftmost one, the missile.
All right.
The frag missile out of the wrist launcher. I think I set this up.
Nice.
Oh hell. Oh hell yeah. So I think it did. Yeah, it did the D10 and the D6 damage in there too. So it's a DC 14.
Maximize one to the dice.
And I think. Oh no, dang it! It would have hit all of them if that guy had still been alive. But oh.
You could aim
Either
at
way,
Forbes.
the one that's dead, the one that would have survived, failed it. Finish them both.
Oh, all right. So just let that missile just streak in, and they don't even know what's going on, do they? Just all this stuff comes flying out at them.
Explosion after explosion while they're on patrol.
And as they're still sitting stunned, the last one just comes in. It looks at him like, just what's that? Instajib, whatever that from Unreal. Like, well, all right, time to hide. Start ducking back behind the rock.
Yeah.
And with a bonus action, Garrett's gonna take another one off the is it the tracker vest or the bandolier? I can't remember. I have got it, but he's gonna use the bonus action to load up another one. Just get ready.
All right. Dallas, yeah.
Talus doesn't have many options right now because he's so far away. But he does have one option, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to do Spectrum Ray. And let me choose my damage. We'll go with fire damage.
That'll hit. Which one are you shooting?
The closest one to us, so 6 fire damage to him.
Nice.
And then I am going to go ahead and also position myself towards the back of this boulder or piece of rubble here too. So I'll move 15 feet back there.
Perfect. All right. So as you guys...
What, before Var's got a chance to whip out his heavy blaster pistol?
I thought you already went, didn't you?
I did. No. I mean, I'm not going to attack. I just want to have that in my hand.
Oh, yeah. You can use your object interaction to pull out your
Yes.
blaster pistol. Yeah.
Let's bring it.
All right. So you see the smoke clears. The two Chazrax look confused as they look at the bloody mess. Just shrapnel, just burning mess of what used to be their comrades. You hear them let out a vicious howl. And these guys both, these are the two Nat 20 guys, are going to come dashing towards you guys. And they've got aggressive. All right. So the first one is able to make it towards Vars. You see his...
I'm going to pop a shot at him as soon as he gets within 30 feet.
Pop a shot.
Okay.
That'll hit.
All right. I'm also going to use one of these fancy schmancy new maneuvers that currently I got 5 at this level.
Wow.
I think this is yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's so dirty.
Oh, nice. All right, so
So-
that's
I'm loving these rule updates.
is that your signature by chance?
No, it's goading attack, but I think I should swap it.
yeah, what does that look like as you shoot him?
It's like casual, just like he's running at me, his kufe in hand, and I'm like, get out of here, pop! Just one to the knee to get him to stop in his tracks, make him rethink his decisions.
You see him just slow skitter to a stop, nearly tripping over himself as that blaster bolt connects with his knee, and he is rooted in place. And these guys, I don't think they have. Yeah, they do not have any ranged attacks. So you see him just glaring, eyes just focused and just blood drawn as he is stopped in place. His buddy is too far away. He is going to have to actually use his action to dash and get in range with you guys.
All right.
All right. The crew is up.
Oh, Tegan, I forgot I had to spend a force point to gain proficiency with the wrist thing.
Oh, perfect.
Because he
Yes,
doesn't natively have it, so. All right. How are they looking?
These
looking pretty
guys
rough.
look. Front guy's hurt.
Or I guess I
bloodied.
meant this guy.
Oh yeah, the one that got shot in the knee and hit with a spectrum ray. He's bloodied. The other guy's untouched.
Okay. Well, gang.
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and pop up. Actually, well, I'll let you guys go first.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
I guess I'll just shoot the dude in front of me. Right, that's pretty straightforward. I am going to use the what I get from snapshot, so I can attack without my proficiency and hit with my bonus action.
Perfect.
So that's one.
That'll hit.
And
Fortunately, that one missed.
four. Do I have any maneuver? Does that make it better?
I have Defiant. I'll give you Defiant.
Oh, okay.
See if it works.
All right. That's a D4, right? Do you want me to roll it or?
No, yeah, go for it. You roll. Oh,
Just
14?
enough. That'll hit.
Nice.
All right, so that's 8, 7, and I'll throw in my signature maneuver for good measure.
Nice. That's
19
19
hits.
altogether. All right, and he'll make a wisdom save. He'll fail. So you see, as you just blast him like left, right, he kind of just like focuses on you. You see him clutching his blade, just gripping it with a white knuckled, just death hold. And he's just laser focused upon you.
Bars is just going to give him a quick like upward nod, like, yeah, your turn. And
What's that? The guy in front of you or the guy over here?
that directly in front of me.
Yeah. So Caesar's gonna give the go ahead for dash. Another commander rank, please. Commander strike. Dash the shred what's left of this dude right here.
All right, yeah. So I'll take commander's advice here, and I'll fire off a rapid shot here.
All right.
Fun fact: that's only a bonus action for me.
It's pretty nice. So 17 damage, DC 15 save.
And which one's that again? The one in the back or the front?
Whichever one I was asked to shoot at.
The front.
All right. He will fail. Finish him.
Yeah, so as he takes like 2 little pop shots, I assume Caesar had points out kind of a weakness he sees, and I just light him up. And he just kind of just falls backwards, the old, after you get chain gun down.
Can we flavor it that Vars hears that gun whirring up and dives this way?
For sure.
Because he would, man.
Yeah, so it does. You can hear this, and then over top, just say, "You might want to move."
Boom.
All right, and then I guess I have my regular action left, and I'll just go ahead and take another chain gun shot at that guy.
All right.
17 damage again. Oh.
He will succeed. Yeah, he is bloodied and barely up.
Yeah, so he takes 5 if he passes.
Oh yeah, I forgot he just takes 5. Yeah, so he is actually a little bit healthier.
Not so close to death.
Caesar still has an action, and he's still got that rock.
All right.
Could he put the rock in Bruce's mouth and use him like a sling? Just sling the rock.
You could definitely do so for the improvised weapon attack.
Do I have input? No, I don't have proficiency in it. I just don't have my proficiency, right?
That's right.
Just have to throw the rock.
This is a straight dex check. No!
Brutus swallows the rock.
Just like as he goes to fling it, just like there's a clear indent in the back of Bruce's throat. He's just looking at it like, is that what you eat? Is that what you eat? And he's just baffled by that now. That'll be his go.
Damn, I think that leaves us with Talus and Gear.
Is everybody else left?
Yep.
Okay. Without even looking, Geert will see this guy just getting hammered, and he's gonna raise his hand out and channel the force right through it and shoot a bolt of lightning at him.
All right.
For,
That'll hit.
3 lightning damage. Not a lot, but
see the lightning play through him. He's hurt. He's bleeding from explosions and lightnings and the sight of a alpha staff eating a rock. He's near his last legs.
finish him off, Doc, and then I'll hide back behind the rocks.
Talus will move forward, and he wasn't going to make an attack, but feeling a little bit motivated by Geert cheering him on, he will go ahead and use one of his mixtures. We'll try a corrosive mixture this time. Let's see how that goes. So 8 acid damage if he fails a 16 on a dex save.
He has been rolling pretty good.
He will succeed.
Yeah, so he takes 0 damage as the acid just kind of sprays by him, and then I'm just going to move 5 feet back.
I want to know the worst parts for this guy right here.
What?
The next time he takes a step, he's going to be shot to pieces.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and bonus action ward. So I have resistance to kinetic energy and ion, I believe.
Just to get in the right spot, I'm gonna stand next to Caesar over here. Gun drawn at the ready, like take a step. I dare you. A double dog, dare you.
All right, he's gonna step forward. Will the shot hit?
Roll a shot hit. Not a chance.
No.
Oh.
There is a chance.
What?
What?
Caesar has let me double check. I think Caesar has targeted strike if he rolls it's a 4, right? To get
Yeah, so it's 4 to hit.
You want to roll it, or should I?
I'll let you have the honor.
Oh, the honors, right? Or the pressure.
Uh,
Oh.
The
Oh,
blaster
well.
bolt streaks past him. The Chazrak runs forward. His Kofe blade kind of just striking in the air. And he lashes out twice with the blade on the poor Mandalorian. Whiffs the first one.
Are we going to be able to do this hitless?
Whiffs the second one. Wow. He just strikes out wildly. His knee is hurting. He just cannot get an accurate slash, and Bars is able to easily dodge him. Who's going to take the honors of putting this Chazrak out of his misery?
Caesar wants to try and get.
Seeing that Chazrak charge up to him, I'm gonna give. It is the start of our initiative, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give an invigorating mix to Vars. So this will be THP until the end of my next turn, which I doubt will occur. But here's some. You already had 6 THP, but here's another 6. Doesn't stack, so you still have 6.
I feel just as good, but somehow better. All right.
Is that a piece of heavy stuff within 5 feet of the Chazrak right now?
Yeah. So there's a. Yes, I should make sure I can be back there.
Oh man, use his his.
Yeah,
dead
so
buddy
there's
coffee.
definitely some scrap metal around that you could use.
I just want to find like a twisted I-beam and drop it on him. Just for 5 feet, just enough to just pick it up and dunk.
All right.
I don't know if that'll kill him or not, but I wanted to get that in at least once.
Sweet. What's your force DC?
See, I have a 4. I think it's 14.
14. That beats it. So what's that damage? Roll 1d4.
1d4. 1.
Caesar's gonna be swinging Brutus, and he's gonna try and hit the Chazrak with the stone that's in the back of Brutus's throat.
Just like whipping it out.
Oh!
Finish him.
What did I tell you about those damn rocks?
Can we see this? Check to see if anything's dismembered.
Sure. All right. Roll 2d20.
Oh!
Nice. So I've got to beat the 12. He fails. So let me see what that's a D100. Did I put that roll in there to see what the check is?
Do I roll or do you roll?
I can roll a D100. What'd you roll? I'm on a different screen right now.
96.
96. All right. Where's dismemberment at? Hey, you Anakin Skywalker, you remove both of his legs.
See, so Caesar just whips it around and it comes in. He isn't expecting too much. He just expects to like take it out, but as soon as the rock touches him, it's just an explosion of just whatever color of blood these things have, as its midsection just evaporates into a mist, and it's just plop, plop, plop. For the body and legs, and he's wide-eyed and looks over to just like point at the rock still in Bruce's throat, just like, you sure got hit by this?
Yeah, that's what I've been telling you. They're something else. Magic in these rocks. They're hurt. They hurt like hell. I've never known them to blow someone's legs off, though. That guy had some other problems, I think.
Misa would take care of it for that if that was me. But Misa don't know what that was.
Oh, no, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I've never seen that before. You got another story to tell, my friend.
he looks like a kid in the candy store. Like he's got a big grin, just like I I gotta tell people about this. Why did we move past the storage?
For what you see as the last of the Chazrax fall, you all are currently alone with the Vong anti-aircraft gun after a vicious, or not a vicious, destructive and explosive battle, we'll say, with the Chazrak cars, with explosion after explosion after explosion rocketing through the air. What's the crew doing?
We're completely untouched, right? Like we still have full temp HP and all that.
Yeah, that's
Relatively,
flawless
yeah.
victory.
I think Geert wanted to start rounding up whatever weapons he could find, like the couffets or whatever, anything supply-wise that might come in handy. And then whenever he gets a chance in earshot of the dock, he wanted to run something by him.
So Dash
What's
will
up?
go up and start putting the. Well, how close are we to the structure, or
Oh,
what?
yeah, you guys are about 20 feet away from it.
No.
Yeah, so I'll run up and start placing the explosive.
So while he's, oh sorry,
I'm quick. Vars would just get to higher ground and keep an eye out for anything that might be coming our way after that explosive display.
and while that Geert will go up to Talus and be like, "So, do you have a holocam or anything we can take about these things, and maybe get a little more extra credits out of your boss? Maybe they like some soil samples or samples of the monsters, that kind of thing. Does that sound like something they're interested in?"
And I think that we have plenty of samples back at just my lab, and all the data that I've gotten from it. I'm not sure I'll garner anything else, but my holocam is always on, and I kind of
okay.
tap like a small
Always,
little clip camera.
always on.
It can be edited. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Might be a few trade secrets I need you to kind of, redact. But other than that,
Yeah, as you say, redact. I just turn it off.
But yeah, I was just wondering, maybe we can take some sort of samples, see what they're up to. Who knows? Maybe there's something in our soil that they like for growing ships. Might help figure out where they go next. That kind of a thing.
Would there be that? I mean, it's not a bad idea. As you say that, I will go ahead if I can. Just kind of take a look around the ground where the gun is, the anti-air gun is, and see if there's anything that's been done to it to kind of like, I don't know, make it want to be there or more stationary. Is there something that they had to do to the area to make it that way?
Yeah, make me a investigation check, we'll say.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll throw temp boost back on. Ooh, investigation.
Taking a look at the soil, kind of the surrounding area, you can clearly tell this thing does not look like it was grown here. It looks like it was placed here. It doesn't really look like there's been anything that's been altered to make it stay there either.
Okay. Well, I'll turn towards Gear. Doesn't look like your theory panned out as far as I can tell. But with the ships that are being grown, we might find something a little bit different. But as far as this location, I don't think. Is there a way to go inside of this thing, or is it just a live creature? I mean, I'm dying right now, guys. I'm sorry.
No,
It's not a structure; it's an actual living weapon.
Yeah. So it's a living
Okay.
creature. The only way to go inside is through the gut end. So it's possible.
Sounds dangerous. Let's do it. Temp HP for everybody. Now let's dive.
Gonna need grease or oil or something if we want to do that.
Grease and determination.
Get a little lubed up before we start penetrating organic weapons, right?
I'd just prefer we just blow the thing apart, to be honest. But
Oh.
Sounds good. But with 20 mile radius on that that detonator, I think we don't have to blow it up just yet, right?
well, I guess that's
Are we waiting or are we doing it now?
that's the real question. If we come here, well, if someone stops by and sees all these dead things, they might wonder. But if they saw it blown
Yeah.
up, they might know what we were here for. But if we just didn't do anything, maybe they wouldn't. But then maybe he's just gonna go down the paranoid like Charlie. But maybe if they know that we don't know, or they don't know what we're actually there for, and they start getting paranoid themselves and start going through all this, they'll end up finding the explosive. So I don't know.
But do they know that we know that they thought
They
that
know that
we
we know that we might know that they know.
Maybe we
Who
pull.
knows?
We can pull the bodies and kind of stack them, and I'll just repeatedly put the corrosive mix on them and acid the bodies down. So it's
You
That
guys
is
are
dark.
more
That
than
is
able to
dark.
if you want to spend that time.
hey, I mean, I don't know how much acid it would take to melt the bodies, but it's better than a bunch of smoke, like a smoke signal going up from fire.
Fair enough.
Just
Little-
hide the bodies.
It will take us about. What'd you say they were about a mile apart?
About
Six.
6. Yeah, so it takes about
6
an
miles.
hour
Okay.
between.
Hour between. That's what that was. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Explosives expert. What do you think?
So I have like the specialist feat. So I have demolition specialist, which means if I take a minute, then I get a bonus to the a roll. So could I kind of take my time? So take maybe a little bit longer to rig the explosives so it's tamper proof. So if someone were to come and try to rip it off or defuse it, it would blow up.
Definitely make a demolition check, and we'll say DC 17. You're able to make it completely tamper-proof.
All right.
Keep in mind, you got critical
Can I-
analysis too. You can add up the.
I'm gonna add temp
Nice.
boost to him too.
All right. So
That'll be an
that.
extra 1d4.
So it's only a 14, but I have demolition specialist. So if I roll 9 or lower, it counts as a 10. So that's a
Oh, so-
17 plus whatever bonuses.
Perfect. Yeah, Dash is easily able to set it up, especially with people of as low tech or not as used to tech as the Yuzan Vong. You're able to definitely get it set up in a way that if they mess with it, they tinker with it, it's going to explode, taking out the structure.
I mean, they're just gonna hit it when they see it anyway. So
Just gonna smack it.
They're gonna set it off, and the detonator's not even gonna be used.
Gonna throw a rock at it. What is with the rocks in this galaxy?
Yeah.
That's what we're blowing up right now. This thing's basically a living rock.
God,
With-
just like,
with
hey, let's
her.
throw a rock at it.
Oh my
Level the
God.
city block.
Yeah. It's gonna miss the explosive and take it out.
So if we're finished here, we move on to the next AA.
Yeah, that
Actually,
actually.
Vars, make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Nat 20, nice.
With
You
mild
see,
eyes.
kind of as you're keeping a lookout for the crew as they place the bombs, you do see kind of a little ripple through the air, and you see approaching to your current position are 2 of the Coral Skipper light crafts maneuvering, kind of just burning through the sky toward the anti-aircraft position.
I'm gonna yell out to the rest of the crew that they know we're here.
Whoa, gotta go.
Yeah, we need to go
Yeah,
now.
time to split.
With that, I guess we're gonna disappear into the crappy wreckage of the city unless anybody has an alternate idea.
Did I find any couffets on them at all?
Oh yeah, you did. You found 5 of them.
Holy crap.
Cool
I don't know how I'm gonna pawn these things off, but
Are you trying to
Sorry,
take all of them? Are you trying
They
I'll
each
take
have one.
I'll take one.
Okay.
Real fast, can Caesar take the legs of the dude he misted?
I thought you missed the legs.
You
Man,
know what?
our
that's
party
true.
has some
The
serious
upper
serial
part.
quarterbacks.
Whatever is left, he'll just tie that
I'm
to
over
his
here
back
trying to
like-
burn bodies with acid, and you guys are stealing body
Yeah.
parts.
He's trying to round up. There's two coral skippers coming at us, and Caesar's trying to round up toes.
Ooh. Ooh, who's got a femur?
You said you want to take the upper half of him?
Just the upper half, just like
So that's gonna be encumbered, moving at half speed if you'd like to.
how heavy are these guys?
You could probably get another one at the next stop. You can leave this one
Yeah.
behind. We'll find them when
They're
they're
just
on
gonna
sale,
see.
honey. Let's go to the next
Yeah.
shop.
They're gonna see this stream of blood as the corpse is dripsing as we run away.
No shortage
Yeah,
of
they'll never catch us now.
no shortage of half off sales at the Darth Mall. Not in this galaxy. We'll be fine. We'll find more.
He'll throw it back into the acid pile.
Don't worry, bud. Don't worry. We'll get you one. We'll get it for you. It's just time and money are tight right now. Mom and Dad can't really afford to do it right now. We need to get going.
Let's talk more running.
I'll get you one just for you. How about that?
He's got his one good eye narrowed, his one bad eye just wide open, just like, and he's gonna be running with it.
Oh, I bet I know more people than you that can acquire these things. Don't worry.
So, this is what this looks like in my head. So Vars is like, hey guys, they're coming, and then I'm finishing planning this bomb, and then I look over and I see a pile of bodies, and I see you spraying them with this mister. It's like obviously gonna take forever, and then I see here going around and picking up sticks, seeing how heavy they are to see how many he wants to take, and then I see Caesar trying to retrofit this body on his back to see if he can carry it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's about
We're
as
all serial killers here, except for Vars.
you are.
I want to
You
keep you
are,
guys safe. Who cares? We
Troy
need
walking in
sticks.
with pizzas to all.
Amando is the only normal person with us.
Yeah,
How does that work out?
I look at Vars and I look at the group and I say, "Is that real? You see that too?"
Vars is gonna just hang his head and go, "Yep,
Either way, I'm with
Yep.
Vars. Let's get the hell out of here.
okay."
Move.
All right. So how are you guys proceeding? Moving quick, moving slow, or moving quick or stealthy?
Oh.
I think we should go stealthy.
Is
They
there
know we're
anything
here.
around us that
No.
could shelter us at all? Or is stealthy pretty much the only option we got?
If you wanted to kind of hunker down, there is a kind of a burned out building not too far from you guys.
What do you think?
What's the
Lay
tallest
lower.
building here?
It's better than nothing. I don't want to be out in the open getting shot by, things in the sky.
If we're lucky, they landed.
How big is this explosion expected to be, Dash?
Would I know that?
Yeah, so Dash, you'd know it could be like a decent sized explosion, definitely enough to kind of consume the anti-aircraft gun. Not something that's gonna be like a huge envelop the area explosion, but definitely enough to kind of burn through and bring down that gun.
Yeah, so I would say it's more targeted. So I mean, damage-wise, it'll get the job done, but there won't be a lot of collateral damage. You ever seen a building implode in the middle of the city? I'm pretty good.
Speaking of buildings, I think Berger did have a question about the tallest
Given how
building.
high these skippers are flying, are they flying around the same height or lower than the tallest building we can get to right now?
Oh yeah, they're flying above that. So the tallest building, because it's been kind of pretty devastated, it's about 40 feet high still. They're probably about 80, 90 feet up in the air.
Dang, my plan of simply jumping on them as they pass by and trying to carjack them, it will not work. So.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Because they're
I don't
flying
think that would
past
work.
at like 300 mile an hour. Just jump on it.
Just time it right.
What are the chances that your explosion would be able to knock one of them out, Dash?
I assume that would be very low.
Like they landed on
Okay.
it. If they landed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say I can maybe adjust it, but I'm not sure it would be
They'd
able
have
to
to
then
pick
destroy the structure.
the
I
worst.
mean,
part
maybe
of
we
the
could just hide here and we'll have a better chance because if they see the bodies and they land, then we could take them out and then we've got 2 ships right there.
Or
Screenplay.
we just hide and watch them, and when
Mhm.
they inevitably go to look and see what happened, maybe they'll find the bomb and try to do something with it and take care of the problem for us.
I
This is
assume
all-
we're having this discussion in the ruins of the building and not in the
While we're
open.
walking away.
Yeah.
Right. Just
Yeah.
that's where my head's at.
Yeah. So what are you
Yeah.
guys doing? Is that a
Yeah,
very
what
good
are we
question.
doing?
Yeah,
So
right. Yeah, let's stealth
I-
to
Talking in the
whatever
sun.
near.
Stealth to hiding, is that what it is?
Yeah, we're
And I look really cool because I've got my shades on right now too.
All right, stealth checks, everybody.
Ooh.
oh,
Garbage.
One of my worst.
No. Oh no.
Oof. All right, who's last?
Uh,
Talus brings it home. You guys are able to make your way to the warehouse, or kind of the burnt out building near the anti-aircraft gun. That's where we're going to wrap up today. With you guys observing the approaching Yuzon Vong craft and kind of seeing what's going to happen next with them. So we'll come back next session and see how that goes for the crew and if they're able to take out the rest of the anti-aircraft guns or if they get up to a little bit more shenanigans. So we'll see how that goes. All right, thank everybody for joining us. Come back next Tuesday for the Karen game, and I'm probably mispronouncing it. I've never heard it said, so come check us out then. And then the 24th we'll be back with Invasion. So come hang out with the crew and see how everything's going. But we'll see you all next time.
See you.